like 50-50. Tailu and Flash Gaming, they're both like, yeah, good.
They're both good. How about good? I think they were great today and great yesterday as well in their Group A matches. Certainly the two favourites. Always nice to hear from the players that we don't ordinarily get information from. Particularly Thailand teams, we don't hear an awful lot about them. So,
yeah, definitely. It's always good to get more of an idea of, the face, the personalities behind the names as well, especially for players that aren't in the limelight as much. So it's always great to see these interviews for sure.
Yeah, QQ God as well. It's bold, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're going to give yourself a God nickname, so you've got to put up the numbers, right?
Yeah, I mean, and usually he does this kind of the thing. Like when you look at their results online and you see some of this tournaments play that they've been in, he usually is their most consistent player, and he's also their in-game leader. And some of the other guys maybe have like higher skill ceilings and can be a bit more explosive and flashy, but he's usually the rock you can kind of rely on. So that is, maybe that plays into it a little bit.
Yeah, QQ Rock then from now on.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe.
Sounds good.
Let's check in with our social media thread as well. We promised we would try and get through some of the questions that you've been posting. Thank you very much again for the questions that you do post. We'll try and get through as many as we can. The latest one is, if you can have any team win a major that hasn't, which would it be and why? Vince?
Wow.
It's a good question, isn't it? I like that.
That's a really good question.
Thank you, MC Herc.
So are we just talking, like, obviously...
Only teams that have never won a major.
But does that include players that have been in other teams that have? Do you know what I mean? Because
let's make some rules up as we do this.
The org may not won, but the players may have.
Let's say an org that has got at least 3 players that hasn't won.
Oh, man. That actually makes it harder, if anything. Because I was thinking G2, but now you've said that.
Because then they've got players that are already... Yeah, because as an organisation, it'd be great to see G2 win one.
Absolutely,
they've been doing fantastic work in League of Legends, and obviously been doing really well there. But their teams that they've had so far haven't necessarily seen that kind of success in CS.
They haven't had the same level, of success in CS, and they're a very entertaining team to watch right now. They are, the super team that many people would say. Maybe
definitely come back to the form, haven't they?
Yeah,
because straight after, normally when the French teams do their shuffle, they normally split apart, come back together again, and they're normally awesome, aren't they?
Yeah.
This time around, they were terrible.
Yeah.
They were bloody awful. Both sets of teams where you just look and go, oh God, why are they so bad? How did they get this bad?
So
now suddenly they're back again.
So I think it'd be easy for me just to pick a North American team because North American teams never won a major.
Any North American team at all?
But to make it like a little bit more fun, to not just go the easy route, I actually will pick North. Like I don't think any of them have won a major. No, because Astralis is the one won it, and none of the players from North were on the team. Even though like a guy like Cajun B had played for Astralis in the past before they had won the major. So yeah, I'll go with North because they're like the Danish scene has always proven to be very talented and have a lot of skill. I think North is a well put together team. Like their T sides are really strong. They're just patching up the CT side of things. MSL a great leader, a lot of great players on that team. So I'll take them actually as a guy I'd like to see win a major that hasn't.
All right,
it's actually a solid shout.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
I think they're overrated, personally.
Straight in there.
Just with the savagery.
Dust is trying not to get triggered.
He's trying not to get triggered.
He's trying not to rise to the bait. That's what he was.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have any of it. No, he's like, nope, not biting on any of that bait. Mine would be a British team. if we had one.
Mate, I'm English too. I hope, but that's a bridge too far.
It's stretching it, isn't it?
Yeah. Just a little
Rattlesnake's back, another team.
Yeah, they're back with Infused. They're gonna rock the world, qualify for majors.
Clearly.
I hope you're not mocking British CS here, Dust.
In CS:GO, that's the one country we get to make fun of as North Americans in CS:GO. So gotta take the advantage while I can, because every other time I'm just getting wrecked by EU people, right? So it's like the one country I can kind of poke at a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good job this is not a Call of Duty show.
Yeah.
Because then we'd be talking. Because we're actually quite good at that game.
I wouldn't know. I don't follow that too much.
No. Moving swiftly on from UK CS.
You still never picked one Metis.
Yeah, well, he sort of went with North. I think it's boring pick, but he went with North.
Yeah, I kind of agree with yours.
Okay.
You see, I'm going to go with Na'Vi.
Oh, that's another good shout.
Yeah, because they haven't won a major. They have won ESL1 New York, obviously, last year, but it haven't won a major yet.
That's
Which
a very
seems
good
odd,
shout.
doesn't it? Because when you think about it, you always think about Na'Vi as being one of those top teams. They've been around the top 4 for like 2 years. Think of Guardian and Simple and all these great players. You think, they've probably won a major. Yeah, it's kind of and then you look at the results and you go, oh shit, they've never won one.
Yeah, my reaction was like, but they've what? No, they actually have.
But they already. No, they haven't.
Yeah. Good answer.
Yeah. All right.
That's true.
So we're going with North and Na'vi for those ones. So good question. Had us debating for that one for a little while. Do we have one more? Can we squeeze one more in?
Ooh.
Can we expect a 9-map pool in competitive?
No.
Now, come on now. Like, just be careful here, because if Dust comes out, not you, Dust 2 comes out of the polishing grinder at Valve, as some of these maps have done so, right? And they look all pretty and they're lovely and the little changes and they're nice, which we assume it will do, right? And it comes back. We have 8 maps left, right? Which one goes back to the grinder for more polish?
See, I think you should just rotate the map pool. I think you should keep it 7, but I think every now and then to kind of spice things up, maybe change the meta, maybe you swap. Like, if you have a really good set of maps, like, 8 or 9 maps that are really good, you just rotate them every so often. Like, maybe every major, if you're going to have 2 or 3 majors a year, so that means that you're going to have a 7-map pool last for, like, 3 or 4 months or something like that, and then you're going to swap 1 or 2 out and kind of restart the map pool over again. And so I think that's the better route to go, as opposed to just saying we're going to have a 9-map pool. That means more banning, more picking, more maps you have to be responsible for. It stretches you thin tactically. So I think the better approach is to keep it 7, but just rotate.
Yeah, I think teams will probably agree with you. I know players in the past have said to me that 5-map pools are tough to keep on top of the meta, and then when we went to 7, they were just like, Jesus, kill me now, because I can't keep up with 7. We're just going to ignore 2, and we're going to focus on 5. And it's only really in the last year with Astralis perhaps having like a genuine 7-map where they could play almost any map in the pool and play it really well. That actually seems to have gotten a hump that they've got over. 9 would be stretching it, wouldn't it, Vince?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually totally agree with what Dust said. I would prefer just rotate it out. You actually asked the question as well, which map do we think would go back into to be reworked? That's really interesting for me. I think maybe I'd edge with something like Cobblestone. I think a lot of teams...
Go back in again?
Yeah,
It's been in there twice.
I mean, out is in for reworks and stuff,
right.
yeah. Because I feel like a lot of teams don't really have too much love for Cobblestone. It does seem like it's a map that gets kind of repetitive with Drop Zone being so prevalent. I'm not sure if you agree or not, Dust, but like that's a map for me that I don't particularly enjoy that much.
Hold that thought, because apparently we are ready for our game. Okay. So we are going to head back to our commentators. We can carry on moaning about maps in the green room, and then maybe we bring it back onto the show afterwards. But for now, let's head back to the commentary booth for game number 2.
Thank you, Paul. And indeed, we are back for a nice little show here. It does seem like both of the teams, towards the end of the game, have really woken up and met the expectations of the crowd there, of their fans. And both of them really did a valiant effort. But now, we're going to be going on Inferno on what could be a decider map. How do you see this one going down?
Well, I mean, it is the map coming in from 7642. The thing with 7642 is there's one map, like they permaban every single time, it's Cobblestone. Apart from that, if you look at the rest of their the map pool, they don't really have any maps that really stand out on, apart from maybe a Mirage, once in a while.
Mirage seems to be
it's a pretty strong map for SCA teams, Southeast Asian teams. Inferno is going to be interesting. I'm going to go with the analyst, where they said it was going to be 2-0 to the Mongols, but I think this might be, considering how they've made it at least a closer affair on train, I think Inferno could be pretty interesting here, and it's going to be on the CD side. They're starting off on the more favorite side as well. They have QQ God once more with the kit and the smoke, and for the Mongols, it's a similar thing. It's going to be NCL on the utility by the smoke and a flash and a fast play coming towards mid here.
Indeed, it's got to be an inside hit there, but Leaf has got the handle on things, finding a good headshot there on Cabal, and so does QQ. Good start from QQ, pauses for a bit, then spots one of the T's going into pit. Bomb will be planted on the A side, and NCL has the backstab. Beautiful work from him. There we go, bomb gets down. It's a 4v3 situation now, as Leaf has fallen down from his side there. But Dobo's still there peeking around. It's going to be the CTs pushing inside, and here comes Togo with the clean Glock shots. Oh, QQ has better yet to find some frags. Picks up the Glock himself, but it's going to be NCL and Sogo on their heads. And Dobu finishes off the frag. Mongols. Really good start to the game here. And this is good CSGO. Welcome in, my boys. Welcome in.
Yeah, I really like what NCL did there from the apps. 7642 getting the first 2 kills with a 3v5, winning it without losing a single man. Great crossfire being set up. They didn't waste any time. They're like, all right, we have control of the side. Let's get the bomb down. And using the range of the Glock to their advantage, because he went for the close range fights at the site. I think it was Dobu. And NCL assassinating the guy over in the balcony, getting the kill. Great post-man hold there from Mongols. And 7642, they had like a 2-man advantage, but somehow not able to get the retake quite right. So it's going to be the force spike coming out once more. The scout on QQ towards mid, and there's a man dancing around towards the T-slope area. I think that's an NCL with the C4 as well. So 3-man stack over in B. They got CZs, pretty viable weapon for this close range battles, and Mongols are going to have any of it. They're going to be going for the A play by the looks of it. Just two guys playing there. It's going to be Leaf and QQ God with that scout, and he's playing all alone, and Leaf just jumps out into 3 men, 4 members of the Mongols looking in his direction.
And with that frag, they're going to try and attempt to mate onto the A site, and that's what they're going to get indeed. QQ falls down as well. His scout no longer present. 2 CZs at a P250 is what remains out of this map here. It's going to be CBBK and Cigarette that actually go for the save, while PTC, without the armor, will be left behind to try and catch off any of the Ts that would try to go on towards the B side. Of course, 7642 will be forced to go on an eco next round, so it might as well save their armor, save their CZs for a better chance in the upcoming one. And yeah, that's going to be the end of it here. Mongols have a very, very decent start here, it seems. 5 people making it out alive.
Yeah, very, very solid play. Good read as well. They just went straight in for the A-bomb side. They all peeked in together, so the 2 guys on the side...
Hey.
Okay, someone...
Hey, buddy.
Wait,
Triple boost.
No.
No. And someone's going to die.
Nope.
No, they're not. Oh, okay, Machine Gun and Double were sent hunting, so...
Yeah.
Happy days.
And PDC just trying to get an exit there, but he's gonna survive. They do have the 2 CZs and armor, and we know what these guns can do. And 7642, the pistols have been really on point, right? So
yeah,
they can turn something around. So Mongols, they still have the Mac-10 and machine gun. He should be the guy going on the fact-finding mission, just pushing into a site or just trying to figure out what the where the setup might be if there's a stack over in B or A. But instead, 7642, they're going to be playing again the default play here. A couple of nades being purchased by QQ and CPK. And I think they're just going to push in towards mid.
Yes, indeed. Those nades don't connect as much as you would want them to see, but then CBBK gets a frag for his team, though his teammates die down, and then he falls as well. Quick work from Mongols.
Yep.
3-0, and 7642 will be going in for a purchase now, but their purchase is not going to be that fantastic. As you can see, not a lot of space for utility, so Leaf is the only one that goes for a UMP here, and then he will have an entire lineup there. He's got all that he needs for this round, and picks up a defuse kit as well.
Yeah, and PTC, once again, once again wielding the big green gun. This time he's got some Kevlar, but yeah, sparse utility here. They have the kit, like you mentioned, on Leaf. They have 4 smokes, an incendiary, and just a couple of flashbangs to work with. On the other hand, the Mongols, they still have the 2 UMPs. They had 2 very good anti-eco rounds, just keep losing a couple of guys. I think just 1 guy in those the last 2 rounds. So
just 1 guy,
yeah. So the money's going to be pretty looking pretty good as well for the Mongolian side. And for 7642, a triple man. They kept 3 guys over in B, but this is one thing which we were speaking to Natu about this earlier in the green room, and he mentioned how, like, in Inferno, like, you want to go for that banana control on the CD side.
Yeah.
You want to go for the banana control, so you have so much more options. You know what the T's are doing. Instead, 7642 playing so very passively, just giving up all the map control. Not a great idea, but Lee finds 2 quick kills. Picks up the AK-47 as well, but he's trapped and is going to get taken down by Sogu, but quick trade coming in from CBBK.
And indeed, Machine Gun's going to be on the side there, finding a frag of his own there. Spot the second CT, takes him down as well. Machine Gun doing good work for his team, and now he's in a 1v2 situation. Can he make this a quad? Can he win it for his team? He's in a bit of a hard spot, but he does have Half-Life to work with here, and he's up against an op and an M4. So slowly he takes the bomb and goes towards a different angle to peek through there. Cigarette should be able to spot him as soon as he comes out of Boiler Room. Well, not as soon, though. Cigarette might just miss him. It's all a question of timing and who peeks out first. Oh, Cigarette does spot him indeed, and that's the end of the round there. 7642, keep 2 alive. Their economy not that great, which means that Mongols could wreck them in this round.
Yeah, this is a very crucial round for 7642. They keep 2 guys alive. They salvage the AWP as well. Right now, it's about winning this round while keeping as many players alive as possible. Because if they get taken down, if they lose this round without saving any of the guns, that means the money is once again going to be pretty badly reset. Yeah. And it's Mongols going to be easily able to string a couple more rounds together in a row. So, and if they get to like 5-1 or 6-1, it's going to be very, very painful indeed.
Yeah. Their momentum should be very, very hard to string after that. And there you go. Banana control now gained again by the Ts. Sometimes you would see half banana control up to the wall gained by the CTs, which is currently the case. And it's the least amount of control that you want for early start of the round, just to make sure that you're not getting swarmed in towards that B side there, because once that happens, it's a very, very easy execute. So, right about now, 7642. PTC is going to be holding the angle there, and it's going to be finding a frag there, and Machine out of the way. He's been absolutely dominating the past game, so with him out of the way in this here game, this should be around for 7642, but then again,
early days.
Early days, yeah.
That was a great shot from PTC. He was blinded as well. Machine played it perfectly. He tossed a flash before he peeked in, but PTC just tiny little pixel there to rattle off a shot, he gets it, and he gets the man advantage for his team. So, like you said, crucial round for 7642. They should win this one without losing, well, at least, trying to keep 3 or 4 guys alive. But still early days. Mongols, they have 50 seconds to work with. They still have the utility. They have the AKs to work as well. And they have a lot of map control. They have control of banana if they do want to, go for a late B hit, near the end of the round. But right now, just waiting for 7642 to aggress in, which 7642
They're not doing.
are not doing. And that's the right thing from them, just playing it passively. They have 3 men over the A bomb.
They got the man advantage. Oh, nice shot from PTC there as NCL tries to shoulder peek with no chance in that. CBBK comes in with a double as well. Leaf with some good shots from his UMP to end the round there. AK saved by the CTs. 3 of them actually. And they can call that one a good round.
That's a very good round. Keep everyone alive.
Yeah.
Swap out that UMP
Exactly
for
what
the,
they need.
For the rifles as well in the shot. Yeah.
Exactly what they
Great
need.
shot there. Yeah, it's going to be 3-2. I think Mongols might still be able to go for the buy. And, yep, typical Mongols buy 2 UMPs, a Tech 9 and AK, and, of course, the AWP and machine gun. He's like, oh, if you can op, so can I. And let's see what they do with it. This is a very interesting buy.
It's a bottom of the barrel kind of purchase, but it might just be efficient enough because machine gun has been doing good on the op, and I can see the Tech 9 being very, very useful. Never mind. It's got to be Kabbalah that's taken down. Well, he was caught with his pants down, didn't get a chance for an actual shoot.
Yeah.
Leaf was
he almost timed it
aggressive.
right though, because Leaf could have been caught with that spoken hand, but the timing working out perfectly for Leaf getting the kill as well.
Most of the time it's a question of time, and I suppose at this kind of level. And there we go. Leafy will be dinked down himself. The 35 HP decides to get out of his position, just so he can help his teammate further on that A side defense. And right now, 1 minute and 5 seconds left into the round. And the T's want to make their way towards the A side, but then again, PTC once again with a tiny little pixel peek there takes machine gun out. Here comes the op into the hands of NCL. Push towards the A side, a bit slowed down by that molly. But the bomb still on the second mid. Still not picked up, and NCL trying his best to peek and prod towards the B side there. But Mongols need to make something happen here.
Well, NCL is the designated hopper for the team, but doesn't really matter, does it now? Sigurd's going to take him down. No problem. Dobu and Turgle left alone here. So 7642 just picking apart Mongols one by one. I love that flashback.
Beautiful.
Perfect re-aggression. Reading it to perfection. Mongols getting caught with the pants down, and Sigurd's going to have no trouble.
Cigarettes.
Triple kill for him over in Banana. Scores a tide. And again, keep 5 members alive. This is huge. This is really good for 7642.
Absolutely. On a map like Inferno, you need a lot of utility on the CT side to be able to string round after round. And that utility only comes from, staying alive and getting that economy. And that's exactly what they do. While dinking down the economy out of Mongols, which will have to go for an ego. So once again, it should be a 4-3, and 7642 will establish a very good momentum here. And if they can carry this momentum further down, Mongols should not be allowed to get more than 5 points.
Yeah, but it is Inferno after all. I mean, I still feel like, I think most people feel that...
There's still room to win.
Yeah, no team's really figured out the map, if you ask me. And, okay, that works. Pushes in towards brackets. Dobu gets a kill in QQ, and that's the gun recovered. But nice trade coming in from Leaf. And he spotted the C4 as well.
Indeed, but now he's going to be taken down. Sogo with beautiful peeks and shots there. Machine Gun somehow is not spotted. Misses out on his chance to a 1-deke there. Smokes off position, and now he's got an AK to work with. No armor, though. Not like this. Yeah, there you go. But PTC is still alive, and he is pretty dominant. However, the B side has been absolutely cleared up. And that is where the bomb will be planted shortly.
Yeah, this is just a perfect call coming in from NCL. He's like, all right, we made a presence over at mid. They spotted the bomb over there as well. Just runs into its B. He knows there's no one there.
Wait, they do not know it's actually...
They still think it's A. Now they do. Yep. Now they know it's B. But yeah, are they going to go for this, though?
Well, they're up against unarmored opponents, so you might want to see them try, at least for the start of it, because both of them have defuse kits. And that's exactly what they're going to do. But if they're not finding a frag in the next 5 seconds, you'd be better off getting out of there. PTC trying to bait a shot if there's anyone in the U-box, but there's nobody there yet. And there we go. Frag's not coming in, so the smart decision made. And now as they pull out, Machine Gun actually gets the angle on him there. Will they be making it out alive? Oh, CBBK close to dying. Does find a frag with 17 HP. But finally, in the end, they will still be alive. All 4 of them.
They had no armor.
3-4.
They had no armor.
Yeah, this shouldn't have gone down like this, but it was a good surprise compared for Mongols.
Yeah,
some clean shots. You got to get that.
Some nice shots and Machine Gun over in Cubby. I'm surprised no one checked that angle. He pretty much got a free kill there. Great work with the P250s as well.
Not too sure how.
Not too sure how.
Because it was an open. Once you come out of arches, as you peek right, you'd be well able to see any player sitting in cubby. But then again, it was a bit missed. And there you go. That's what will set them on 4-3 right now. It does seem like it. And this is a good moment for Mongols to start coming back into the game. Now, there's 4 players on the server with the slight chance of this being a quick break. We're not too sure. It shouldn't be too much because none of the teams were complaining about any sort of issues. It's just probably a reconnection now, and we're going to be getting straight back into the game. So, talking about this one, do you see Mongols not actually pulling through and going for the win so that we can go to third? What would you reckon?
I think Mongols are going to take this map, to be very honest. They're really looking solid right now. In 7-6-4-2, they're playing just to passively, giving a lot of respect to the Mongols, which is not necessarily the right thing to do. If I remember, I think it was in Taipei last year, where Mongols just destroyed Renegade for giving a no-respect play there. And 7-6-4-2, they need to mix it up a little bit. They haven't gone for any banana aggress yet. You know, just get some map control for crying out loud. Don't give Mongols so much room to work with, because they're going to abuse you because of that. And luckily for 7-6-4-2, because they won this 2 rounds without losing a single man, they'll be able to go for a very convincing buy here. But Mongols,
oh, look at this.
Look at the speed here.
Ooh, fast action towards the B side indeed. That smoke might not just be deployed because CBBK should be able to spot the T's coming in there. Alas, it is deployed, but however, the T's are already on this, well, close to the site. Those mollies will stop them for a second. However, they have mollies of their own there. And ooh, they're flushing out every single player. Good moment for CBBK to step in and save his teammate there. And check this one out. Mongols have been stopped in their tracks. Now they're going to have to back away. Good defense from 7-6-4-2 on the B side.
Yeah, that late Molotov just cutting off, I think it was NCL. Yeah, he'd already made his way inside, but he was kind of cut off because of the Molotov, just isolated and taking that great flashbang there. Mongols, early aggression, but not committing. It was kind of like this went half in, you know, just like went all the way to the bottom, to the, you know, towards the entrance of the B bomb site.
Yeah, and they only left 1 man on site.
And it kind of just stopped there. There was no Molotovs at that point. It could just pushed in with a couple of flashbangs and exploded into the B bomb site, but instead it kind of stopped in between. I'm not sure why, and now they're man down, and we do have, I think that's Dobu and Tsugu leading the way over the A bomb site, where the rotation's already taken place. 7-6-4-2. Good read from them coming back towards the A bomb site.
Yes, indeed. 30 seconds left. So now it will be Mongols that have to stick to one of the sites and go for it. It looks like A is the chosen one, just as Black told you now. But QQ does not spot a player coming through the smoke there. Dobu with the perfect timing. A bit lucky there as he pushed out of that smoke. Not being spotted by his enemy, but now here comes that push. And that defense falls down like sticks, so to speak. There. But it's a 2v2 situation, and there's 4 seconds left. Is there time for the bomb? No,
they lost around.
So yeah, Mongols don't have that time to plant the bomb there. And 7-6-4-2 win by, well, you know, by timer rundown. They're going to be very happy with this.
That was a little strange.
Because their economy was so close to being absolutely wrecked.
And the C4 actually was all on that one guy who came in from apps. What if there was a CT in apps? What if he got taken down? They didn't have much time to work with. The bomb would have been down. So why didn't the C4 go with one of those guys over in who was wrapping in from arches? I'm not so sure.
That's a question for the ages.
That would have been the round for Mongols, because the last 2 CTs were pretty low. It was a 2v2. If they got the bomb down, it could have easily have gone to way the Mongols. But 7-6-4-2, they hold on. They tie things up again. For all scores are tied, and Mongols, of course, have gone for kind of a slightly forcey buy. But 3 AKs, a Galil, and a Tech 9 on NCL.
To try to make their way with them. They do have utility now, so they do Mongols. So they will try their best at another A site chance. They're trying to peek in towards it. There is solid backup on it. BTC's got to be on the spot. There's no AWP for him this time. But still, he's very good with the M4 as well. However, Dobu will step in with a good deal. He's going to be facing 2 CTs rather soon. One in Cubby, one close to Arch. Let's see how that one plays out. QQ steps out, finds a bit of shot, but it's not a full frag. However, PTC, with a bit of a surprise, finds a duel for himself. Flash comes out. No need for it just yet because the T's have now pushed in. Machine gun, good return. But it is now for the underside. No, it's not anymore. 3v3 situation. Cabal 15 HP and then turns around and quickly makes short work out of Leaf. I have no idea what the frag was, but it was beautiful. Whatever you can call that. Sweet frags.
What was that shot?
We gotta look at let's have a look at that again, man, because I blinked and I missed it, honestly.
Yeah, a replay of
Absolutely
that. I need a replay of that. What was that shot from Cabal? I think it'll look even more impressive without the X-ray.
What? Even in slow motion, it's kind of hard to spot what's going on.
That was
my
such
dude.
a nutty
Oh,
pre-fire
wow.
from Cabal. What was that?
I don't think he expected anyone to be there
Mongols, son.
himself.
Mongols in the house. And yeah, okay, that happened. 5-4 and 7-6-4. They're kind of gone for a Hail Mary-ish buy. The Max 7 in QQ, 3 UMPs, and the op on PDC. They're investing a lot in this op, so PDC's got to go for some picks here.
Now he's holding on to a more passive angle there as he's smoked off, so he cannot find any more visibility towards the T side. Over there on B, however, there's still some something to be met because the T's are making their way in there, and they're against a UMP. And I'm not too sure what the other player has at the moment there,
I think it's
but
UMP as
that's
well.
smoke. Yeah, there you go. 2 UMPs on the B side. Some contact from Denade, not too much though. That sets the T's away actually for a second before they think twice. And, well, now they're going to be making their way towards B again. Trying to peek into UMPs. All the smoke's used up on B right now.
Yeah, and
So once they take it away.
they're
that's it.
actually doing a pretty good job destroying all the utility. And NCL's kind of low though, but Mongols, they're just waiting for the smoke to dissipate. They have everything primed ready. Molotovs as well for Newy box and the just new box though. Just one molly.
Oh, and a nice little push there from Cigarette. He wanted to surprise the T's, but it didn't work out because Cabal had the angle on him there. Cabal will be taken down. However, CBBK will have to face in some CTs. Okay, but they don't stick to it. However, they did bait a lot of action towards the B side there. There's 3 CTs currently trying to defend that one, but QQ's going to be able to hear them soon. And oh, that Max 7 does not get put to good use. And Seal with a drive-by shooting. However, PTC is quick on the rotate there. Nice connection of the shot. PTC is on fire with his op now, trying to find some more. Here's an T-side player very close to him. That nade will fully connect, but PTC goes straight into it.
Okay.
And now Machine Gun takes him down. Leaf is all that remains at this 1v2, and Leaf could clutch this one. He's got the potential. He's got the utility. No defuse on him, so he needs to make something fast. Both of the T's now in the pit area. One of them spots him and takes him down. Machine Gun with some crazy, crazy fire. Machine, really, really good here. But
I'm not sure why PDC would have to. Okay,
look at the shot from PTC.
that's a great shot.
Wow.
And then he just pushes in towards Nate. And
Yeah,
look at
towards the
your
towards the
teammates
nade.
coming in. You know, it's a 2v2. You have some time. Just waited for like 2 or 3 seconds. Instead, Machine just gets handed a free frag on the platter. So
That was
6-4, and the money is finally wrecked.
You got it, buddy. 7642 won't have anything for days here. It's got to be 6-5 by all means and purposes, or so it should be. But we've seen crazier things happen, so let's not give it away just yet. Now, there will be some sort of a push coming in from the CTs, and that's plenty of people pushing in, but they're going to be spotted. They're going to be expected in there. Look at this. Brought straight to nothing. Only one guy falls down on the Mongol side, but the round's not over yet. Rotation comes in from the CTs. QQ's going to be spraying through the smoke. By that, we'll be letting his position be known. Bomb not yet planted, though. And nobody's speaking to him. And finally, there, Togo turns around and takes him down, and he has no idea how low he's given, or how low he's made Leaf.
Crisp, clean, boys.
Yeah. Sees that in his hands, try to make some play for it there, but he doesn't have a lot of chances. Ooh, dinks down. NCL, I believe, to 11 HP, but doesn't get the frag there. And that's going to be the end of the round. There's 7 rounds for Mongols, and they're doing really good on their T side here so far.
Yeah, this is going to be a little worrisome for 7-6-4-2 because it is Inferno, and no matter which part of the world you're playing, Asia and or EU, it is a slightly CD-sided map, and 7-4 for the Mongols, and it is a map pick from 7-6-4-2. They are fighting for the tournament life here. If they lose this one, they're out. They go home.
Good point. Good point indeed. They will have to make some sort of a comeback here. They do have the money to do that. Not a lot of it, though. So PTC will just go for a glass cannon. Trying his best to yield that up. But then again, this is a fast-paced change coming in from Mongols. Fast peek in towards the B side. Very good read out of them to figure out that the CTs would have gone for a purchase instead. So now, look at this. Just from a Molly PTC from 1 second to stand there, 2 down to 50 HP.
Look at Machine Gun. He's just pushing.
He's got 6 HP, and PTC, well, yeah, surely he has just an op to work with here, so it's not a fast rate of fire, but he connects nonetheless through the smoke. No idea what's going on with this round here, but it does look like Mongols do. 4v2 situation.
What
PTC
is-
with his op jumping around here, as does his teammate. PTC, well, he's not going to be too long. As I say that, he's in a 1v2, but
He runs out of bullets. He runs out of
that's
bullets.
what happened indeed. No more shots to fire. And he gets taken down by NCL. 8-4. Mongols winning the first half with 8 points already.
I don't know what's happening, man. It just
I just keep getting
PDC
confused, man.
is using that op like a goddamn rifle.
Like a freaking shotgun. Look at this. Some really
Okay.
sick plays out of him.
all right then. PDC is a god. That's
Only
all I can say.
outnumbered, never outgunned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like we saw him go off and train.
Or the
It's
other way
like-
around. Yeah, we see them on train as well.
Yeah, with the Deagle, with the op, and although 8-4 Mongols, I don't think they're going to be too worried here, losing,
Yeah.
dying to PDC. They have the money.
Oh yeah, look, this is definitely one of the more entertaining matches that we've casted so far for Asia Minor. Some really, really interesting kind of new play type of stuff that you don't often see. So
Yeah.
this makes for great CSGO, at least from my perspective there. Machine Gun, though, with his fantastic entry fragging, will find shots without problem. As well, Cabal with a second. We've seen how great of a spray control he can achieve with the rifle on terrain, especially. Fantastic work out of him.
Flawless
But
round.
Machine Gun's got to be Machine Gun's got to be coming in flawless round to different Mongols indeed, and it is 9-4. 7642 will invest in this round, but if they don't win it, it will be 11-4.
Yes. And that is
And
gonna
that hurts because
make-
look at this. All their economy has been put into this one.
Well, they will still have max loss bonus, but just $3,400. That means
well,
from
it's,
us, UMPs. and
UMPs,
utilities,
yeah, okay, perhaps. It works on Inferno, actually. It's not that bad.
And here we go, the dual ops. When all else fails in Asia, that's what most teams do. I've seen this time and time again, but
Yeah, that's a good adjustment.
and
Just
again,
hope it works.
and again, it's going to be NCL teasing the Opera QQ, rattling off a couple of shots, won't manage to land.
And they're
Hit,
not going to expect
however.
an op on PTC's hands because PTC hasn't fired yet. So this might just be a good surprise. This might just be what 7642 need.
Let's see the Mongols taking their sweet time.
Machine Gun holding on to his close angle there on Banana. He wants to regain control. Wants to make sure that there's no CT anywhere close. Nobody found just yet. It's going to be all cleared out. And in the meantime, though, Kebab finds a good one over there on the A side apartments.
The double peak as
Leaf
well.
is set on site, and he's alone. He's got a player onto archers that could potentially help him if things get hot and heavy, but there's still one lurker left towards B, and that is Machine Gun, and he will be spotting one of the CTs, taking him down while CBBK refrags. Now there's a lot of info gathered by the CT side. They haven't seen anyone on Banana, so they're expecting something to happen towards A, and I'm not too sure why Leaf would be pushing in right now, but he does, and he finds the frag as well. So that's a good one for him. 3v3 situation, 32 seconds left. T's need to make something happen here. Mongols need to make a move. Oh, sick shot from PTC. Cabal is down. Now look at this push towards the B side. Will be stuck down by CBBK, who's been doing really good for his team so far. At least in this round here. Spots out the last T. Cannot connect the shots. Still a 2v1. So
And
Dobu,
Dobu.
yeah.
And Leaf is kind of low as well. This could easily go
This
as
could,
well.
yeah, this could be his round.
Whoa,
No, it's
what a
not.
shot from
I mean, wow.
Wow.
No, look, PTC is absolutely crisp on the gear, you could say.
He's on the gear, boys.
On the
Completely
gear,
on the gear.
boys.
5 rounds for 7642, though. I don't think it's enough. Even if they get to 6, I don't think it's going to be enough, to be honest.
They should get to 6 by all means and purposes. Still, Mongols have some sort of a decent economy, so they're not going to be too bothered.
They
But,
got a very good economy. Yeah. Like, yeah.
it's not going to be enough on the CT side of Inferno. 6 rounds. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I really don't know. Because if PTC is playing the way he is on a T side and he starts getting those entries, it could be quite painful. And Inferno's, the new Inferno's a map where, T side op is a very, very viable option. And
Yeah.
I think if he, and it's just, I don't know, like his firing speed is ridiculous. And that's going to be very helpful on the T side, especially going with his opening pick. So still can't really count them out, but 9 rounds and never mind.
What?
He just, I think he got wall banked a bit as well.
Did you shift? Was he shift walking, or was it just on my screen?
No, I think he got wall banged and got Molotov.
Right. That's why he seemed to be shift walking.
Yeah,
I get you now.
he was getting tagged down.
Yeah. Leaf, though, with the aggressive push towards apartments, he's got to be netting his team a very good frag because right now they're at a disadvantage still. 3v4 situation, and they're not getting pushy yet. Cigarette, though, doesn't know what to peek into, and, well, He's going to know now. It's going to be NCL that takes him down. And the push towards the A side is ready to start. But Leaf is going to be on the site ready to defend this one. Would he be able to do just that?
10-5. 10-5. It's going to be 10-5. There's no way. I don't see 7-6
just yet.
anyway.
Now, CBBK is smoked out of his position. The bomb is making his way to the A side, so the CTs have absolutely no idea what's going on here. NCL, for all intents and purposes, could be right now on B. Leaf does not know. He knew that there was a player in Arch. That's why he's holding the same angle, but he doesn't know exactly where. And now the backstab. Bad timing for Leaf as he turns around while NCL takes him down. And CBBK's ult that remains in this here duel will be won by him, but still he's got 3 Ts to face, and they're going to be smoking the crap out of him. But he's building a wall of smokes. It does not matter because Dobu takes him down 10-5 for Mongols, and they seem to get out with a fantastic T side of half.
True, absolutely. 10-5 is just a huge half for the Mongols. T side on your opponent's map pick. I think
Yes,
I think the analyst got it. I think the desk got it right. It looks very one-sided. Although if Signature do manage to, sorry, if 764 do manage to win the pistol round in the following anti-eco round, they could try and make it a little close. I do expect Mongols again to go for that, that ultra aggression they're so famed for on their CD side. So they might lose a couple of rounds here and there, but I think this is just gonna go the way of.
Oh, interesting scoreline though.
Yeah. Mongols do have.
See the scoreline as I see it?
Oh, okay, that's cool.
It's, is that 1-2?
All right, I've never seen that before.
Me neither. It was pretty cool. Maybe it was like I don't know, Alien. Or no, it looked like Predator.
Predator's
Predator
writing,
yes,
yeah,
Predator, that's
did.
what I was thinking. Predator writing. Right, so here we go. Round start, and Mongols on the CT side.
Fast play.
Standard purchase,
Fast play
but,
towards A coming out from 7642.
but yeah, what's going on is got to be some sort of a plan towards the A side. They're about machine gun, 1 tap, QQ dead. Cabaldo, ooh, aggressive angle, and he's got a USB. He's got to watch out for this because he's going to be peeked by a Glock, and that Glock's going to win it. Cigarettes now has real estate on that apartment. And with that in mind, there will be a push towards A, but the CTs are going to be ready for this. Look at them, 3 on the site so far.
Oh!
6 shots from Dobu as he starts off the round there for his own, but CBBK is going to be able to bring him down a bit too late, but not that much. 3v3, and the bomb gets down. BTC holding a close angle with his Glock. They're able to find his shots onto Tsogo. That's a very important frag because that will disable NCL from pushing until his teammate comes there to help him out. And now they both go into the site. Trying to find the one that's been aggressive, and that one gets taken down indeed. But some fast returns from CDBK. We'll see just NCL as the last one staying alive. Now he does have a smoke, but he doesn't have an armor, and that's going to end up hurting him on the long run there. The fuse get in his hands there. CDBK does not know what's going on. He's trying to spray it down and trying to go for the knife, and yes, he will get it in the end. And that's an important round for 7-6-4-2 to win. If they wouldn't have won that, I wouldn't have given them any chances. But now, they're still in the game.
They are still in the game, indeed. CBK, 3 kills, 3 very crucial kills, especially the first 2. Dobu, he did what he could. Like, I know what he was trying to do, try to escape from Graveyard and go and get into Pit, but nice play with CBK, just jumping out from the balcony, catching him off guard, taking down Dobu. So, 10-6 here, 7-6-4-2, ensure they at least get the pistol round, and they do give themselves a little bit more breathing room. And Mongols, though, they're going for the force by Deagles, 3 Deags, the 5-7 and the P250 and NCL. A couple of kits, but no utility whatsoever, apart from that. Machine gun, he's been beasting here. The Deagle out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Talking about Beast and Dobu.
Why would Sigrid just go in there alone? I mean, just play the buddy system at least. Get a trade.
I guess for lurkies.
Open lurk. Machine Gun does get taken down. However, QQ is left internally hemorrhaging. 12 HP.
Yeah, definitely on a round. So this is basically the bottom line of it. Oh my God.
Okay.
Sogo 6 shot him right now. The CTs are once again at an advantage 4-3. But you have to let this be known on a force buy, or when you're expecting a force buy or an eco from the enemy team. Usually you would see, especially the T side of the team, be very, very close to one another because they don't want to donate rifles. They don't want to donate free frags. And if there is a frag, then the refrag will happen really, really quickly afterwards.
And you can see the push coming from NCL. He's already made his way to the bottom of mid.
Oh, yeah.
And they know where the play is. And Dobu is holding the line here with the Deagle. Is he going to get another one? His question is not going to get the 1 Deag, but he gets the kill nonetheless. 2v3, but as Leaf does find NCL on the flank. So now they're going to run towards the B bomb side, and Sugu, he should have the right read on this, or they're just going to stick around. A fadeaway flash to try and fool the Mongols, and they're going to stick to the A bomb side. That works. It works. They have the armor as well. However, 3v2, no kits They can
So
pick
go
up the
hurt
kits,
him.
though. I think NCL Machine had bought up a couple of kits, so they can pick it up to go for this retake. Smoke's going to come in. Okay,
What is
okay,
going on?
okay.
Sogo?
All right,
Calm
then.
down. 6 shots through the smoke there, but PTC will avenge his buddy's death.
Plant the ball.
1v2 situation there, and, well, PTC is going to have to go for a plant or no chance, but he does indeed. At least he gets that bit of an extra money, but they surely wanted the round instead. And on a force buy, Mongols make it happen and take the lead back into it. However, it has to be said that with the bomb plan, 7642 are not just out, they'll
was
have the
that-
money to purchase again.
Just let's hold on to that thought for a second. Was
What?
that like a Go TV smoke bug or something? Because no, it
Oh,
was
he saw him
completely smoked
jump.
off. It was completely smoked off. I
We
think
saw
saw
him
him jump.
jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what a shot, though.
Yeah, that was absolutely sick.
Jesus. Man.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I mean, aim on these guys is absolutely nutty. If they would invest a bit more time for strats and utility use, I think they'd go very, very far.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would.
You know what I
That's-
mean? It's
that's a frustrating
And
thing,
that's
though.
the part, you know what I mean? Because they're so talented. They're so good with their fires. It's just a simple part. Like they've
I,
gone
think, I,
over
know,
the
I, think, I
hurdle.
think that's a hard part for most players because that requires a lot
Discipline.
of thinking, a lot of discipline, a lot of practice.
Yeah, well, you got the coach for that, right?
Yeah, I don't think they have any coaches, but trust
The
me,
IGL?
you get. Yeah, I don't think that even the IGL really bothers
Really?
like studying demos. Like, but that's the thing. If these guys, they have a decent coach, you listen to the coach, and they fix these small little
That
things.
would make it
That
the
would be
whole difference in the world.
So insane, man.
Yeah, all the difference in the world it would. Anyway, it is a clean round right now for Mongols, as you can see. It's at the moment a white one, as Leaf is the only one left alive. And with a CZ in his hands, he does have armor, but he gets spotted in the meantime, and Cabal is going to be able to take him down. So, 12 points for Mongols. And
Flawless
they
round.
are looking, they are looking like they're on their way to a 2-0.
Yeah,
Looking very good.
764 should be kicking themselves there. They won the pistol round in style. They won very convincingly. Great round there. And then just getting picked apart by the Deagles one by one by one. Now, they did go for the EKs, so they have the AKs and armor to work with. Kind of, decent utility for smokes, a handful of flashbangs, just one nade and cigarettes. The AKs are out, though. And for the Mongols, 2 UMPs, kits, incendiaries, everything to work with. And 7642, what are they going to do? As the Mongols, again, they have 3 guys playing towards Banana. They're not really aggressing, though, but here comes a nade. Late nades coming in. I love this for the Mongols, clearing it out. And this is what 7642 could have probably done on their CD side. To get Banana control, keep a guy there, just keep re-smoking it out, get a lot of information. And now you can keep 4 guys over an A. And you can do so many things with the info they have here.
Yeah.
And now 7642, they are gathering up towards the A-bomb side and making their way towards the brackets, but Dobu is waiting and he's got machine gun, the one, the only. Waiting with that incendiary in hand.
And at this moment in time, the play is slowed down for just a bit, but there will be some action happening there. PTC will be soon to spot one of them. No, actually, it's going to be CBBK that does spot Machine, and that's an important frag. With Machine down out of the way now, 7642 have a way back into the round. Machine has been absolutely killing it for his team, but still, you have some really, really good aimers. And they're going to have to fare against the T's. And look at this great
Perfect.
moment from Cabal. Perfect timing with his push. Good flash and good peek. Now with this flash, he's going to try it again, but that T is long gone. Instead, opting for a different perspective. But he's got a teammate there. Oh, it does not work out for them, though. And there's still one more CT on the side. What quick work made out of Mongols. All of a sudden, they go to absolute nothing. And yes, 7642, as we call it, seem to be back into the game. Welcome back, boys. It's good to see you here.
Leaf just like just exploding there. Crazy shots coming
Yeah.
in. Although I think Mongols kind of shit the bed there. They had, I'm not sure who it was. It was a guy over right next to the bomb site. They were looking towards apartments where they knew there was a CT there.
Yeah.
He had 2 free kills right there. He completely whiffed that spray, got taken down, and Dobu was just getting smacked down in the face. So 7640 did bring one more back. However, the Mongols, because they won the previous round and losing a single man, will be able to go for a pretty comfortable buy. The op out on machine gun once more. 2 M4s to UMPs. Pretty good utility once more, and 7642. The winning round is based off pure aim and individual skill.
Yeah.
That's a problem though. It's not
And
sustainable.
good timing as well.
And good timing is a little bit of luck, but it's not sustainable. You need to win
yeah.
rounds based on how you play play a T side. A little lucky there. Machine gun almost getting the kill onto CBBK, but
That would have been a good opener there. Giving Mongols that bit of an extra hand is what they would need to come back into this one. And if they had that. But they still have banana controls. They're doing very, very good at the minute there. However, their smokes are about to dwindle down.
yeah.
And that's the most important part of it. When you're over 1 minute left into the round and you don't have smokes on B, you're not that happy.
Yeah, 7640 played it perfectly. They knew Mongols would go for the buy. The
Baited 'em.
utility wouldn't be that great. They just waited it out, and now they're going to be aggressing towards B. Tugu spots them out, though.
CBK tagged down to 52 HP just with that Molly there. In the meantime, though, Leaf has the Lurker on A, finding some handy frags and keeping the boys and Mongols honest on the A side. Now it's going to be a 2v2 keep, and the push is starting towards the B side. Let's see how this one plays out right here. It's going to be NCL smoked away, so Tsogo peeks in rather to help his teammate out, finds one frag there, and his attention has been caught. However, good timing from Tsogo, and NCL peek in at the right moment in time. But QQ, well, yeah, well, he makes a bit of a mistake, let's call it that. Takes one teammate down, and he's going to be in a one.
The dance of death. The dance of death.
There you go. 1v2 situation for Leaf right now. He is trying to backstab angle, but it's not working out for him. And the CTs do have full control of the bomb on the B side. So not an easy round for him. Mongols seem to have this one in the bag. There we go. End of it. And honestly, I don't even know what to make of this. It just seems to be a crazy back and forth. Honestly, it's
literally.
for me, it's a new venture. Feels like a new game.
It's a fun thing. Welcome Nation Counter-Strike.
It's definitely fun.
It's really, really fun.
Oh yeah.
30-7, Mongols again the first. I've lost track of how the rounds have gone. So yeah, 7640 winning the pistol round convincingly, Mongols ecoing them, then winning their anti-eco convincingly, then losing to that buy round, and now they get. I don't know what's happening, but
No
Mongols are 13-7, and it is going to be the B play coming in. NCL.
Oh, that nade will connect. Dinking down the T's. Pretty good, actually. Could have been a bit better. However, Dobu's got the backstab angle already, and he's taking him down one by one. Look at him tap away.
Almost.
4 frags for him, and the last one is going to be just a prize for Tsogo to take down. And now 14 points for Mongols, just one away to being on game and match.
Yeah,
Actually,
Dobu
not
just
map and match.
Dobu just warming
Look at
up
this tap.
like just playing aimbots
Freaking
basically.
Bob Ross over there, man. That was beautiful. His control, wow.
He shakes
Icy blood.
And it shakes the devil out of his M4. 14-7. Mongols 2 rounds away from facing off against Immunity. That's gonna be interesting. The rematch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one. Now, let's have a look at the purchase there. 2 UMPs on the T side. Oh, one of them already dinked down. This is an aggressive push right now. Mongols doing something that was completely unexpected, and that's going to be it. It's going to put him onto map point. 15 rounds for Mongols. 7642 had no idea what just hit him, and now their economy is in shambles. What was that?
Vintage Mongols. I remember this like the last Asia Minor I was in physically. It was the one in Taipei where Renegades faced off against the Mongols. They did the same thing. Just pushed in. They just pushed in towards mid and everything. Just completely caught them off guard. This is vintage Mongols. 7642. They had no idea what hit them. Just got
Absolutely none. Absolutely none. And now control towards Banana will be given towards the T side with those mollies, but still half Banana will be taken. Mongols would be very, very happy to keep their half intact. Now trying to peek and prod a bit more there. Cabal spots one of the T's. Trying to go in for an early push now. Ooh, it looks like 7642 have something of a similar kind of push, but CBBK takes him down. However, Dobu was there with the refrag, so it's still a very good advantage right now for Mongols, who are so close to winning. PTC, the last one staying alive at a 1v3. Can he go for the quad kill and make it happen, make his team stay in the game? This is the last chance. PTC has to grab it for himself, but instead he dies down, and that is it. It is going to be GG for Team Mongols, who come out with a very, very dominant victory on their enemy's map pick.
True that. And, well, we have both the Thai teams out of the tournament now as well. Mongols just really stepping it up on the CD side, just tightening the nuts. Although, to be honest, a couple of sloppy rounds as well where they lost, those anti-eco rounds. But 7642 just weren't in the game at all, if you ask me. They look much more promising on Train, which wasn't their map pick, surprisingly. And Inferno not really showing up at all. Mongols having no trouble whatsoever. Machine Gun, Dobu, all of them just having a blast. And some crazy aim coming out from the Mongols. They seem warmed up in Inferno. And there we have it, 2-0. Pretty one-sided affair.
Yeah, pretty much. And this was quite an explosive match to actually watch from home. And if you are there, do not forget that we've got plenty more to go for you. It's going to be Mongols that make it with not the best seeding, but they make it so far into the semis. So they're going to be very, very happy with that. Let's find out who the next team that will be making it out will be as we go into the last BO3 decider of the day. Ladies and gents, it is time to see, or hear rather, what the analysts have to talk about this.
Thank you very much. Yes, it is time to hear from the analysts back on the panel once more after a victory for Mongols. They got there in the end, didn't they, Dust? It took them a little while. A few stumbles here and there, but mostly okay.
Train, we had some scrappy starts at the beginning of each half, fighting for economic control, like people winning 4-spy type situations. I think at one point in the first half it was 4-4, and then at the second half it was like 3-2. So you could see that, you know, the starts were quite scrappy, but it feel like Mongols always like collected themselves and wound up kind of dominating. I mean, getting 10 rounds on T side, that's pretty great stuff, and I mean they really didn't let up on their CT side either. So yeah, I mean this was much more dominant than Train.
Yeah, Vince, what do you make of it?
Well, 7642 had chances. Again, they were almost the architects of their own downfall. There was around, I think it was 17 on Inferno, 11-6 ended up going, where Dobu lands a crazy dig through the smoke, but it was just a comedy of errors. Like 7642, they lost against Pistols, they never recovered after that. Yeah. After that, they ended up just like cruising to a loss. So they had chances again in both maps, way closer than I thought.
Do you feel like they've equipped themselves okay, though, at this tournament? There wasn't high expectations from them after all.
Absolutely not. And we did discuss this in the first match, that a lot of the pressure would be off their shoulders. I think they did better than a lot of people would have given them credit for. But I also feel if they go back and watch these games, they'll be bitterly disappointed they didn't at least take a map out of this best of 3.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, they had, as you said, they had chances on both maps, in fact, and potentially probably threw it away on the first game as well. So tricky for them. Dust, where do they go from here? Obviously, Natu made a great point yesterday that teams like this come to these tournaments with the hope of learning more. What does 7642 go away with having learned?
Yeah, I mean, we knew coming into this event that they hadn't actually played that much together yet. I mean, just a couple of things online here and there. The biggest thing they had done was qualify for this event, actually beating some decent teams from Malaysia and Indonesia to do so. And so now it's just about continuing on, like using this. I mean, it's kind of cliche, I guess we always say use it as a learning experience, but that's really true when you're a team that, I mean, this is their first time playing offline together as a lineup. For some of these players, it's probably their first time playing offline, period, particularly PTC, I believe, who was kind of one of the guys that didn't come from Signature on this team. And so I think it's about kind of like, yeah, just getting that experience, you know, learning how to play in that environment, getting more matches under your belt as a team in an official setting. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot to pull from this.
Okay. Our Mummy MVP for this one is Dobu again. He's had another great game. Stats are stacking up, 4.23. Impact rating, 17 for 10 overall. Just the single trade kill on here. Doesn't look all that impressive on paper, but I guess you probably could have picked 2 or 3 players out of that.
Absolutely. I don't think he was a runaway, you know, Stonewall carry bag for his team. I think, as you say, there's a bunch of players that could have taken that. Honestly, if we only base this off CT performances, PTC probably would have been my MVP because he was consistently just insane with that AWP. Some of the shots he was landing were nuts.
He was great in the first map as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. But he had a cooling off period on both T halves.
Yep.
I think a lot of that, though, is down to the fact that his team weren't really providing too much in the form of support for him, unfortunately. And as an AWPer, it's always rough, especially in a map like Inferno, to try and carve out opportunities for yourself. But yeah, Dobu played solid CS.
Dust, final thoughts?
I mean, both maps, it was really tight frag distribution for Mongols. And so that's good that you're getting production out of your lineup. You're kind of feeling like you're firing on all cylinders, which will be important in a rematch now against Immunity, where we know that went down to the wire last time around. It was, 16-13 game, I believe.
Yep.
And we felt this rematch was coming for the second seed. And so all the expectations have been met. And now I think we're going to have kind of a cool clash between two teams who are pretty equally matched up.
Do you think it helps that Mongols have had this extra best of 3 to kind of get warmed up and get settled in?
I mean, it could do, but then again, Immunity could have just sat and watched this whole thing, and they've got a general idea. Exactly. Just sit and learn. The veto as well could have gave them some nuggets of information that they'd like to look out for. So I think it can go either way, honestly. Like, sure, they're warmed up, probably feeling pretty good about that 2-0 win. At the same time, there were a lot of mistakes. There were a lot of opportunities for 7642. I think Immunity watching that will be relatively happy.
Okay, thanks, gents. We're headed to a break right now. Don't forget, though, we do have one more best of 3 series, and we've saved the best till last, that's for sure. It was an awesome game between them on a best of 1. Should be the same when we get to best of 3. Is it Immunity? Well, let's find out when they come back after the break for the final match in Group B.